Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Gravitar Recharged. This game is developed by Atom Vision Studios and Sneaky Box Studios and published by Atari and releases on June 1st, 2022 for a price of $9.99. Now, this is a shoot 'em up game, but it's not a traditional shmup. So let's dive into it, talk about the game that I actually really enjoy. So we'll dive into the main premise of the game. So if you've ever played like Asteroids or anything like that way back when you were younger, I think this is going to be a game that introduces you to some new mechanics and hits a ton of nostalgia. So right off the bat, if you don't know what's going on in the game, you're orbiting this giant star. You have your ship, you have 3 lives, and you have to get through and land on all the planets that are orbiting and basically complete out the levels. The game introduces you very slowly and nicely paced with the different types of enemies and things in the environment that are going to basically try to attack and kill you, that range from different turrets to meteors and landmines and all kinds of interesting little space alien tech debris things that really want to kill you. And you have to micromanage your time and ability while managing your fuel, resources, and lives to make sure that you can complete out all your missions. Every time you complete out a star or a solar system planet, whatever really you want to call it, you'll be warped into a new star that gives you increasingly difficult levels and allows you to do even more in the game. And then beyond just this base portion of the game that you see me playing here, there's also opportunities to do missions and go on additional explorations, get special little power-ups. If we can try to nab this one here, sometimes they're a little wonky, and just different ways to build your score and do the levels. Now, not every level is going to require you to do everything. As you can see, we still had enemies and things that we could have done on that little landing source for the planet orbiting, but every one of the planets is going to give you just a unique experience and different kind of requirement that you need to do to complete out said planet. And like I said, a lot of the enemies and things that you're going to encounter ramp up their difficulty nice and slowly, but then greatly, um, you know, teach you that you are not as good at this game that you think you are, and that the game can be extremely unforgiving and challenging at many different points, and done in a very good, fashion and build. Control-wise, this game is super simple. You'll kind of manage the direction you're pointing your little ship at with your left stick, manage your throttle with your, not throttle, with your right stick. It's kind of just your gas and how much you're accelerating, and then you shoot with your A button, and that's the pretty basic, simplistic controls for the game, just like any asteroid-esque style games. And then you also have to dodge different things, like you have to manage your fuel. So top left of your screen, you can see our fuel. If we run out of fuel, we crash and can blow up. And then while you're doing all your like level select and looking for your planets to land on in orbit, you also have to dodge like the asteroids and space debris, and this is a perfect kind of setup for the game. Now, one thing that I really like about this game, and well beyond just the game is a ton of fun, and it's a nice like pick up and play, put a little bit of effort in, and then get some different variety in the content you're doing. The game's packaged really, really well, and gives you a lot of unique things in the sense of variety of content. You have a pretty basic ship, but you have opportunities to pick up little upgrades. As you can see now, I have a spread shot, but sometimes picking up those upgrades is all situational on how well that weaponry is going to work for you, and you have to really kind of budget and plan your time, properly to make sure if those, upgrades are going to work out for you, are things that you can do on that planet, or maybe they're not even worth you going after. You're going to get varying upgrades, and even the enemies. Like I found myself failing on this first planetary stage multiple times before even getting to the second star, to then micromanage my time even further, to then realize that what I thought enemies would turn into with shields and different ways to attack and kill me just ultimately got more and more frustrating and difficult. And, all at the same time, as the game got more and more frustrating, I enjoyed the game more and more, which is a very nice touch. But as you can see here, you also are going to be presented with opportunities to screw a lot of things up. I just blew up my fuel canister and I'm super low on fuel, and I'm probably at risk of blowing up and dying here, which is very unfortunate. Or maybe I need to try to risk everything, as you can see here, to get this can of fuel so I can continue the missions and then not blow up. But then, you really have to judge what's worth it for you. Do you want score? Do you want to get through the planets? Do you want to kind of just figure out your own pathways. And because all the planets are very unique, you'll get, I think it's 6 planets on the first star that you encounter, and then each star after that, the planets are fairly similar. They just get increasingly difficult because of the, advancements of the enemies and things that you're just going to have to deal with in the game. And to me, like, this is all done very, very well. Like, I have only really had a couple issues with some stuff with the game in the sense of some of the achievement tracking and things being a little buggy, and I'm probably going to chalk that up to, I've got the game, a good chunk early. So, I'm sure there's opportunities that, it is Atari and getting things fixed. I'm not too overly worried in that sense, and, for what's here, I've been really enjoying my time. Now, beyond just this basic form of the game, there's also opportunities to go on missions and do other different things within the game that you're all going to encounter. Sorry, I don't have notifications turned off, so shout out to Carnage there, who's getting a free mention here in my review. Who, I'm sure will be playing this game too and equally enjoy it, and will have his own opinion when he gets it up on his stuff. So make sure you check out Carnage. Hey, Carnage, you get a free shout out. Enjoy it. But yeah, overall though, there's a lot of replayability in this game in the sense of the achievements aren't things that are going to be stuff that you do in one shot and be done. For $10, you're going to get a ton of content and opportunity, and who knows, maybe even chances for additional content. There's over 6 different stars, different planets and stuff that you're going to encounter, and then the unique missions that give you a whole nother variety that I haven't really showed you here. And to be honest, I don't want to show you every single thing in the game because I think just enough of what you're seeing here and hearing about should probably be enough to, sell you on just how fun that, Gravitar Recharged is, and how, good I think this game is. And, I don't get too uber passionately excited about games all the time, but games that just hit that nostalgia valve and that are Valve, sorry, I can't even English today. Hit that like perfect like nostalgia-esque area for me, but then also just give like a lot of well crafted and created content and provide tons of replayability. The visuals, soundtrack, just everything hits the mark that this game is trying to hit, and it hits it so well. And it also gives challenges for people who don't want the game to just be over and done in a matter of seconds. There's just a good chunk of replayability and things to do here. And unfortunately, as you can see there, I did blow up, but there are even challenges for, getting through entire star systems without even dying and exploding. And then just here's the highlight, like I said, some of the missions that you can do. I haven't done a whole lot of missions, at least not on my main account. I have on my own account, and you can also do stuff like multiplayer-wise with the game as well. So it is, pretty fun, and like I said, a lot of packed, well-done content. I definitely recommend picking up Gravitar Recharged, especially if you have $10 and, you just want something that's going to be fun, a nice pick up and play, and you can pace yourself. The game also has like in-game achievement tracking, so you can kind of see where you're at and go for some of these difficulty things, as well as a little bit of different settings. You can tweak some of the gameplay stuff, change sensitivity, invert your controls, make audio and everything kind of suit you, and as well as like colorblind modes. But yeah, definitely think this game is worth picking up. If you have any more questions or want to know more about the game, please let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. We'll catch you next time. Have a great rest of your day.